Right, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a pile of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, of which I'm going to class a pile of sadness, because I've already had a quick look at this. Basically, this comes on, the main memory's corrupted, but apparently you could still play games on it. Well, you can't. It fires up eventually. It's got custom firmware on it, but it will not, like, pick a game. Apparently it should let you play a game, but it just gives an error. You can't connect it via USB or anything, so I've got no idea what I'm going to do with this epoxy thing. Probably launch it into the sky, but either way, that's going to go to one side and sit on charge for a bit. And I'm going to have a look into this PlayStation Vita. Now, the listing said that this was missing, what did it say? It was missing a battery connector. So I'm hoping that I have a spare Vita board laying about somewhere. I'm sure I do. Not one that's not working, bricked or something. But I'll go and have a look for that in a minute once I've got the back off and had a look. Now, these did come from cash converters, I think it was. Now, before I mug someone off, may have not been, yeah, it wasn't cash converters. It was I think it's possibly another CX job. Let's have a look. Yeah, CX from Camden High Street. So I suspect they've had a good go at these and can't do anything with them. And now, for some reason, I think I can. I mean, yeah, that's probably not the way this is going to go down, is it? I mean, if I can get some of them to work, that will be at least okay. But I'm not really sure. The Go could be an interesting one if I can find a machine that doesn't turn on, or one that's got a smashed screen or batteries or something. But obviously I don't have a spare PSP Go board lying around. I think I did at one point. I don't know what I've done with it. I may have done the stupid thing and just launched it in the bin. Now, yeah, that's... oh, wonderful. So, someone's been in here, obviously. And we're missing the charging port entirely. So let me go and see if I can find another PCB, and let's see what we can do with it. Let's get that there. So, I do have one here that is banned. I don't know how it got banned. Literally, I bought one, fixed it all up, sold it to a friend without doing the sensible thing and checking that everything worked. And he said to me, well, you know, I can't actually do anything with this because it's banned. So, unfortunately, that had to come back, and I swapped it for a different one. Now, this is... oh, stop being so shaky. And where are the tweezers? I want the tweezers so I can point things out. Every day I'm losing them. And then finding them, then losing them. There they are. Right. Okay, so... got 3 pads there. That one's okay. Does that one there come down to here? And what, this one goes to here, maybe? Let's find out on band one. With a multimeter. So does that middle one come down to here? That one doesn't go. All right, so that one goes to there. That one goes to there, and that one goes to there. So what I could do, really, is I have a battery over here. I could really take the ends off and just solder them onto those 3 pins, couldn't I? Just to see what happens. Right, where's this battery? Because the one I've been trying to plug in looks like it's for a slim, so that's no good. Anything else in this bag of spares? Amazingly not. So, oh yeah, that's because the batteries are in the case. Okay, so let's just double check this one fits in here. This is the battery that, yep, is on there. So let's shuffle that out of the way, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with those. They're completely gone. Obviously that one's obviously this is why I've got the tweezers. Obviously that one's fine, but this one that goes down to here and this one that goes down to here and that holds it in place aren't really going to do much. I could take a take one off of here, but and then run wires round, but it's not going to be very sturdy because obviously the connector here is gone, so it'd just be held on in 2 places. So let's just cut the end off and solder it. So back out we come. Oh look, I pulled the red one out. That's the black one out, and then just the white one to come off. Excellent. So just want to try and remove just a touch screen thing that's getting in my way and annoying me. So these are now 3, red, white, black, obviously. Don't want them touching each other, but I'm probably dealing with very, very flat battery. I've got no idea where the scissors I used last are. Well, I had them to do that game. There they are. To do the GameCube. And get off. Get off. Get off. And then give me a little bit of cable, please. Right. Let's take the battery out. Probably shouldn't have done all of them before I removed the battery. Oh, you idiot. Seriously, don't do what I do. Because it's never the best idea. So, red, white, black. Keep them separate for the minute. Let's get in here. Where's that weird flux stuff? Let's have some solder. Iron's up at 480. It's probably a bit high. There we go. Right. Red one. White one, and then the black one. They're all on, none are touching. Let's see if we get any power. Huh, yes we do. Obviously there'll be no sound because the speakers are part of the rear panel. Right, let's have a look. Settings. What firmware is it on? 3.73. I believe that's the latest version. So I'm just going to go and update this quickly. I'll tell you what, whilst that is updating, let's shuffle it out of the way because, well, it's going to take a few minutes to update, and we've got GAmeboy here that I want to look at. Now, the listing said this one. See, this is how the desk ends up with loads of screws because I'm already pulling this one apart before we even finish with the Vita. But, right. Got some batteries over here. So this one apparently has a wonky screen. Oh, it does. Well, that should be a simple fix. Come on, be a simple fix. I've cursed it now by saying it should be a simple fix. Right, I need to keep those batteries to hand. And not forget where all the screws go. Once that Vita updates, I am going to just plug it on charge for a bit. We'll use the time it takes to charge to do this Game Boy and then come back and tidy it up. Because obviously now we know it works. That's half the battle one. Obviously it was missing the battery connector. Now it's still missing the battery connector, but we don't sort of need it. Now I could just pull that one out and swap it for another one, but there's no fun in that, is there? Let's get all these millions of screws out. Turn that soldering iron down a bit as well, because I'm going to go over the ribbon cable on this at the front to try and get it to reseat. I mean, it might be completely knackered. They might have already tried it, because obviously they knew the battery terminal was missing, so they've definitely been inside that Vita. I am hoping it does charge, because I really don't want to have to do a charging port replacement. Although I'm led to believe there might be a USB-C or a at least USB micro adapter kit for them. But yeah, that's all the screws out of this. So peel that out. Oh, it looks quite clean in here for a change. They don't normally look that good. No, this hasn't had an attempt on it already. So put my batteries back in. I mean, the most important part of a Game Boy anyway is this rear panel, because that's where all the brains are. If you do a replacement screen kit, a lot of the time they just give you an entire new PCB and LCD screen to just drop straight in. The brains are in the back. So let's make that as dark as possible. Tweezers, where have you buggered off to? There you are. Have that off there. The Vita is restarting. To be fair, it's better like that, because you don't see the glare then. Right. Vita is now on latest firmware 3.0. 0.74. System. Yep. Right. Back. I'm going to plug that in. If you hear me go, oh no, that means it's not charging. Hey! If you hear me go, yeah, it means it is charging, because it's sitting in the dock charging away. Brilliant. So, back to this Game Boy. I want to just not have solder on the end of that tip. Christ alive. That's probably not the best thing I could have done. Oh shit. Right, that's one side sorted. Not going quite as well as the other side did, but funny, that's looking much better. Admittedly, it is still a Game Boy screen. It's not going to look that much better. Granted. But no. Right, that should be a nice quick fix, he says. You what, so I'll take it out, that'll be full of lines again when I put it back in the shell. Let's give the screen a little wipe. Make sure the speaker goes in the right place. And I'll get these screws back in. Right, that's the screws in. Where's the back? Over here. Looking good. Let's find a Game Boy game, shall we? That probably would have been an idea to have started with that. Where's textures? Oh dear. There we go. Just a bit grubby. A little bit of IPA. We've soon solved that one. Oh, I definitely can't play Tetris like that. Anyway, that one is working. It needs some screws putting in it, and it works. So, happy days. This may not be quite the failure pile or bundle of sad that I thought it was going to be, because the Game Boy works and the Vita is going to work. So I'll put the rest of these screws in. Right, screws are in. Battery cover on. One of, well, what was there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. One working. The, what is it called? The PSP Go isn't working because I can't do anything with that, and the Vita is half working so far. So Vita's still on charge. Let's have a look at this PSP that's in, well, bits. Is it Richard? Is he in bits? Oh, I don't know. But this PSP is, that's for sure. Where is the PSP power cable? There it is. So, that one in there. It does power on, I think. Yep, jolly good. No memory stick. And of course, the listing said it was missing some screws. I think I've found them. They're all stuck in the disk drive. Well, some of them are stuck in the disk drive. Some of them are now stuck further inside the PSP. Yeah, Mum. Out you get. Any more for any more? No, that looks like. I mean, that is just incomprehensibly mullered. Where's the lid switch? The lid switch, dear viewers, is here. Ah, but it does actually, if you poke it in, it works, because someone's snapped the actual mechanism off of it. I'm not sure there's a way for me to, let's just pull this off. Because I can't actually press that down. You go over there. Yeah, there's a PSP disc, but obviously when I do that, it doesn't think it's shut. You don't get the little spinny thing there. Okay, the door's out. Good. The drive door's out. This is now faffable with, because because obviously I don't want to what I want to do is find something I can wedge in there. Oh, maybe a bit of old blue tack or something, like the old days of the PlayStation 1. Not that piece of rubber though. Right, you get back over there. In a minute I should probably just go back to trying to fix that Vita. In fact, yeah, let's deal with that. I'm going to leave this on charge, because at least so far we've got a good screen, and I've definitely got a 1000 motherboard I can start ripping bits off to replace that with. So put those up there. Let's get this Vita back on the mat. Come along, Vita. You've charged up nicely, but now it's time to remove these. Because we do actually need to put you in properly. And that is where this could be troublesome. So, where's the case again? Suppose I could try and feed one of these through each time. One. Two. Off. Stupid things. So it is red, white and black. That needs to go back on where it came from, but I can't remember which way round it went. Did it go that way? Does it go that way? I mean, who knows? Someone does. Goes this way. So not overly keen with that. But once they're mostly in place, better, and then you can come here. It's just a bit of solder, luckily. Probably want to add a bit more to the red one, but again, right. To be honest, I think I might redo that white one as well. Just because the other two are looking a lot better than they were. Yeah, that one is in well now. Cool. Okay. Smush them back down. Remember to put the battery back in properly now. Why are you not sitting back where you're supposed to go? Stupid thing. There it is. That's back in, and there should be this go over the top to hold the battery in place. Rear touch panel needs to get connected. There we go. But apart from that, we've got a reasonably okay little bodge job. Right, as you know, it's not going to be perfect because it nearly wasn't very perfect. We forgot to put the bits on the top. One's for there. That one is for there. And yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Just need to get some routing on those cables a little bit better. Just so they don't interfere. Just turn it on, make sure they're still connected. Yep, jolly good. Let's get it screwed back together. Most of them in, just for two on the top. As you can see, it's still on. I really was expecting it to be much worse, but yeah, touchscreen's working. Volume's working as well. Oh, we've got a Rayman game card knocking about somewhere, haven't I? Let's see if it reads games. There was that bundle of 19 that turned up, where only about 6 of them were actually faulty. So one of these days I'll get which way round this goes first time, but no, doesn't read cartridges, as well as having a knackered. Oh no, please don't be that mullered, please just be grubby. Shoot. Let's turn it off and on again. Bugger. There may be more than one problem. I mean, to be fair, we have. Oh, I don't know how. I don't know if I will be able to replace that cartridge connector, because it looks like it's all foul and vile. But to do anything with this, you really do need a cart connector. Hey, it just needed an extra bit of time. It'll tell me off for no memory card. Yep. I suppose I could go and find one of them. Memory card. Let's see what it says. Yep. Yep. Whatever, mate. Whatever. Yeah, format it, whatever, mate. It's the one that gets plugged into every Vita just to make sure they read memory cards. Jolly good. So, still thinks Rayman's there. Let's take Rayman out. Let's try Minecraft. Yep, installs that straight away, so the cart slot's good. Well, I am going to go and put that back on charge. And I suppose we'll carry on looking at the PSP. So that's 2 out of 6 done so far without actually spending any money on it. All we've done is chop the end off the battery and soldered it onto the board. Not exactly a methodical or clinical fix, but it's a fix, and I'm taking it. And the same with the Game Boy. All I had to do was heat up that. So we'll come back to this PSP in a minute. So that's on charge still. I've got a TA081 motherboard here. Let's get that out of the way first. Let's get this into pieces. So we've got no screw, no screw, no screw, so there's some kind of screw here. Let's put that there. So the front should come off, unless there's, no, one of the bottom's gone as well. So I'm going to need to find some screws for the entire thing. Let's get the screen off because the screen is good. Stash that out the way. Now, 3 screws down the bottom here, 2 here, 1 here. So, the one at the top. The 2 up here. And the 3 down the bottom. There's one over here for this. Probably don't need it out right now, but I'm going to take it out anyway. Put that right up in the corner over there. So this should now come out. Yep, that to one side. Now, this can lift off. Come off here. I'm going to pop all of these back down. Put the drive out. One here. And we've got this for one speaker. And this one here is another speaker. Got the power board. That can come out. The actual power socket. Now, half the time when I try and pull these out, they tend to take the top section of that with it, but that's come out nice and clean. And then this here is for the Wi-Fi card. Now, can I just click that? Is there enough stretch in it to pop it? Yep, that'll pop like that. And this should unclip from there. And I'll undo this screw up here as well, because I've forgotten about that one. And hopefully the board should come out. go. Right, move that out of the way. This is a TA082. Another nice piece of plastic there. We're probably going to need several spares on this one though, unfortunately. So let's get zoomed in. And this is our offending lid switch. As you can see, it's a bit useless. So let's have some flux on it. Soldering iron is up to temperature. There are a lot of small components around this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it off. Obviously, getting this off is not going to be the main problem. It's getting the other one off. So let's just do this one the lazy way. Melt the little shit. That's the old one removed, but of course, as I say, I need to get the one off the other board without mullering it. So let's get some more solder on here. And I'll zoom out of that one, and I suppose I can try with this one to put some more solder around the sides. And then heat it up from underneath with loads of flux on it and see if I can get that to fall off. Let's get zoomed out. Where's the board holder? Ah. That's not a very good board holder, but hopefully it can do the job. Where are we? Right, we're there. Let's crank that air up to, well, max. Obviously on the other side there are other bits that I probably should be covering up. I'm not going to, because I don't care about the other side. This board is dead. Thank you. Chuck that to one side. I suppose we should see what sort of damage I've done to this poor board. There's a ZIF connector right underneath that. And somehow it survived. I'm not sure how. No, that one didn't. But the other one, right where that is, managed to survive. But hey ho, as I said, there's just a board to be used for spare parts. So, suppose I better get this one in now. And then get handy with the soldering iron, because we are not going to be able to heat this one up from underneath. Plenty of flux. Clean the tip off. suppose what I really want was some low melt solder or something. Because that's really not any good where it is currently. Oh, right. Change of plan. Where's the captain tape? I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? I'm gonna have to heat it up from underneath and hope. Hope that it doesn't go all wahoonie shaped. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it not to cock this up. Here goes nothing. Kind of in place. It's not perfect. But that might work. Where's the multimeter? That sort of works. So yeah. I suppose I should just try and good, that works. Alright, shall we see if we've done any damage? It's still quite warm, but they look okay, so I'm going to let that cool down for a bit and then we'll come back and test it.
Throughout history, humanity has endured innumerable disasters. Pompeii, the Hindenburg, everything Ricky Gervais does without Stephen Merchant. But with every failure, there's a lesson to be learned, and that is where we come in, to explore the fascinating stories behind the biggest, world-shattering tragedies mankind has ever experienced in the context of video games. Of course, we're not even remotely qualified to talk about the other things. No game company has a flawless record of hits. Sometimes, even those with all the tools needed to succeed still manage to fudge the simplest task, like going to butter your toast and somehow chopping your own hand off. I'm Ben from Triple Jump, the first and only gaming channel on the internet, and I'm here to ask...
Cool. It's now cool. So, let's peel our stickiness off. Hope that the plastic connectors are still mostly movable. Could be a little bit worrying, but we'll have to see where we get to with that. That one's all right. So let's put it back in a shell, partially, and see what it does. Whilst we're here, I'm just going to pop this out. I should have done this before, really, because that just makes life easier. Get off. Tweezers, thank you. So, right. So we have a switch that should work. Right, that's those. If I look for the battery, and where'd that disc go? Let's see what it does. We're not actually going to see because the screen's not attached, but and it doesn't turn on. Great! Have I completely mullered it? Oh no! Or it might be that that's not. Yeah, there you go. That's not fully connected. Disc spins up. Okay. Let's plug the screen in. Let's see what it does. Flip's sake. go. Right. Come on in. Fires. Oh, I've got to hold the battery there, haven't I? Let's just plug it in. That makes more sense. Because obviously this and all of that need to be screwed in properly to hold the battery in. But if I just do that. Oh, can I get away with? Nope. I've got another set of buttons or something I can use. Yep, that'll do. So. Open the drawer. Got a feeling the laser might be knackered. Brilliant. Or at least the motor. Let's wind it all the way to this side. Put you in there. Can hear it spinning. Huh, and there we go. UMD has shown up. Ridge Racer is there. So, that is okay. But it does now need some serious put it all back together ability stuff going on. Because the screen needs to come out so that it doesn't get mullered. That is the most important part of this because those are slightly more difficult to obtain. Motherboards, not a problem. UMD lasers, not a problem. You can find them all over the place, mostly in the box next door. So, out you come. And you, let's get this back in. And it would just be easy to do that, wouldn't it? Stupid. And then trying to remember which way round it goes. Where do you go? Not there. Not there. How about not there? How about there? That'll do nicely, I think. That'll do very nicely. So. Gosh, it has been a while since I've messed about this much inside one of these. Obviously I had one the other week where we changed the front glass, but that was fairly simple because you don't need to take all the rest of the gubbins out. Right, now speaker 1. Little speaker 2. Come on. There you go. And then we'll just stick you back down again. I'm sure that is supposed to go under there, as is that. Right, we're looking a bit better. Now, I need to do something about this. We're missing one leg from there. I'm going to have to go and look in the box and see if I have a replacement one of these. And there we have one. Although the circle is a bit more scuffed up than this one. I'm not sure if I can. No, that's probably not going to come out without some serious leverage, and I don't want to break this one because there's not another white one knocking about. So let's just undo this. And then let's try and get it fitted. These are a bit of a nuisance to put on. As you can probably guess. Although that looks to be okay. So I'm going to wind that screw back in. And then we start to get to some fun bits of finding all the screws that I seem to have shuffled all over the place by mistake. Mistake, accident, idiocy. You pick one, we'll go with that. So this can go back in here. Can't if I keep trying to do it like that. Stupid boy. Oh mate, you came out of there. There you go. Sorted. So, that one back on there. That cable's going to be really annoying. Because it's not through there, but still, I feel it's still going to be quite annoying. There was a blue screw for that one, which went here, I think. At least I hope it did. This blue one up here went in there. If it didn't, we're in the shit. Of course it did. Because then this needs to go on. But yeah, that appears to be reasonably flat. This one, yep, that's flat. So, yeah. Let's get those screws back in. Up here. Longer one goes in the middle, if I remember. The blue one on the end again, hopefully. So yeah, it's a little bit funky to shut. Why? Why are you like that? You horrid little thing. You were fine a minute ago, and now I've broke you. Shit. I think it's just catching on there. I imagine it's that stupid thing. The little spring bit is stuck underneath. I can't really show it, like down there. See that little springy metal thing? I've managed to get it stuck underneath this. So I need to try and release it. Somehow. Well, I know how I can do it. Taking it back off. I don't bloody want to. Oh, I'm gonna have to, aren't I? Please don't break. Please don't break. Please don't break. You need to put a little bit of a bend in it. There we go, that side bends a bit easier. Come on, please come out without breaking. Come on. Oh, which one? Get these screws out again as well. There you go. Right. Now, you sodding little thing. This little piece of metal needs to go in that little channel when I put this back on. Geet. It was going quite well. There we go. And it's still there. Excellent. Right, let's get them screws back in. I suppose what we should do is well, that doesn't work. Oh, you absolute idiot. What did I put a game in but not a battery? I mean, please make a noise. Yep, good. It's spinning. With any luck, it'll just fire straight up into Ridge Racer. Hey! That's what we want it to do, but not right yet. What does this, oh, it is scratched. Right, I'll be back with one of these. Woohoo! Let's get all the crap from this one transferred. Somehow, despite my best efforts, that screen is covered in fingerprints. And well, if you've watched the channel for a while, my best efforts are at best. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. It's going to be a while, isn't it? Because, well, we've taken quite some time on the ones we've done so far. And there are still 2 more to go. The DSi and the DS Lite. Both of which allegedly do not read game cartridges. So, that's going to be fun. Yep, that feels okay. See if I can nip them up a touch. Oh, that's good. So we'll take the button out of here. Take them straight out, drop them straight in. And we know they're going in the right way. He says when that one feels a bit sketchy. But it was the right way. Oh. I suppose these are aftermarket faceplates. You can't actually expect everything to line up 100% perfectly, but near enough is good enough. They do look good when you've got a brand new faceplate on there. Right, just put this to one side. I may not need it, but I might do. Let's get the screen in and get them fingerprints off. That's not straight, is it? Right, you're in. does that work? Come on, let's have a look at it. Hiya. Excellent. I don't know why I'm doing that. I could just take the battery out. Idiot. So clip that back into place. That's held in there. Find a little cloth. Give this screen a bit of a This is kind of what I hoped the 19 console repair video would be like, with lots of things with little bits to fix. But obviously, most of them just worked. I mean, it's sad for content, but not for the actual job of selling things. Oh, that looks really awful. I'll be back. Okay, that's about as clean as I'm going to get that. I have been and located some of these, because there was one in here, which was the left one, and then there's the right one, but I'm not sure if that is it's not the right one. That's for a slim 2000. Oh, now I will have to come back. That's better. Yep, that fits nicely. We've got our new screen, so let's peel off the inside screen protector. And get that attached to this. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's take it apart again. We've forgotten to put one thing in. Oops. Forgot that. Start and select buttons aren't going to work, neither is the volume or anything else without that. I'm glad I remembered now, but also a little bit annoyed I didn't remember a little bit sooner. As this is fiddly. On, because now there's probably more dust and debris on the screen, but that can't be helped. Not in a clean room. Oh look, now we need screws to hold it together. What have we got? Right, this teeny tiny one will be going in here to help hold that bracket in place. Not a long screw, because a long screw will go straight into the back of the screen. I did that once, many years ago. Forgot which order the screws went in, and put one of the slightly longer screws for either there or there, and just heard a and that was the end of an LCD. I mean, at the time, it was probably 2010, around about that. So they were in plentiful supply and cheap and easy to get spare parts for. Now, not so much for the LCDs, so obviously smashing one isn't the best of ideas. So apart from finding a few more screws, this should be good to go. There's the battery gone. Power on. Hey. Or not. You get. To be fair, that disc is pretty mullered, but after all that, we're probably going to need a new laser in it, aren't we? Just hear it clunking. You get. Have I just tightened these up too much? Absolute nightmare. Hello. Let's see if it plays any music in game. Come on, you're taking your time to do anything. Oh, if it loads the game quick enough. Plays the intro. Yep, volume goes up fine. Screen brightness and darkness. Yep. Mute. Yep. Right, just start the game.
Ridge Racing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Proceed with the mode choices.
Just want to see. Yeah, alright. Just want to see if it makes any music in a single race. Yeah, go on. Because the last time I done one of these, the UMD packed up a little while afterwards, but the warning sign was there was obviously all the music here, but none in the actual race. I mean, this loading time probably should tell me something about the state of this laser. Or the state of the disc. And this is why optical disc drives are stupid on handheld consoles. Come on, give us some music. Or don't.
3, 2, 1, go! 3 laps to go.
No, there's no... There we go. So that's taken a lot longer to scrub the disc to find it than it should. But that's still skipping, isn't it? Oh, I'll get up to third before the end of the race. Well, end of the lap. No, right. Let's quit out that. Open the disc. Just get a little cotton bud. And just give it a wipe down, I suppose. I've had the back off. I've probably had some mess in there. Fingerprints and whatnot. So, see if it's any quicker. Yep, that's a bit quicker. Let's turn it off. Power it on. Hopefully that should boot straight into Ridge Racer. If I turn it on. You idiot. Yep, that laser's okay. So I'm going to put this one away for now and come back to it at the end of the video, and we'll probably start on this or this next, but I'm not going to do anything with those tonight because it's been an hour or hour and a half, I'm not really sure, since I started these. It might be longer, but I need to do some post and then I can crack on with these tomorrow evening and hopefully get 5 out of the 6 working. If I get 5 out of 6 working, that's not a bad return. I would have liked to have had the the PSP Go up and running, but I don't think that one's a going concern. I might pull it apart in a different video, but this one's going to be long enough as it is, so I will catch you guys in a bit. Let's get these two sorted out then. What shall we start with? Let's put the DSi out the way and that weird screw. I've got a replacement cartridge port for the DSi and I've got a replacement port for the DS Lite, so let's just well, I've got any power. Brilliant. That's just marvellous. Let's make sure it charges first then, shall we? Charging light comes on. See if it turns on in a second. Whilst that's doing its thing, let's grab the cable. I don't know which one of these is which now. Oh, bucker. Let's get the let's see if the DSi turns on. Yep. Oh, so the bottom screen's gone as well as it. Lying little... Oh, the listing for this definitely said purchase history. Let's have a little look. It definitely said that this did not read. DSi does not read games. Well, I think it doesn't turn on either. But I'll tell you what, let's leave that one charging up. Let's get this one apart. Oh, it's actually got the stylus though. Makes it change. No memory card. But let's get this one apart. and have a look inside. Maybe well, those are missing, so maybe someone's been in here already, and when they've been faffing about, they've just disconnected something, I hope. Nice and easy, this DSi, they're all Phillips screws. That one doesn't seem to want to come undone, so I presume someone's done it up too tight and messed it up. Let's get this last one out here and then try and pop this off. So whilst pulling this, try and turn that screw just to, yeah, there you go. Sorted. Yes indeed. See that? That's the backlight for the lower screen. Someone has had this apart, has suspected, and has snapped the clasp off of that. You utter deviants. So someone's been in here and done a bad job. There's a surprise. I mean, to be fair, it's normally me going in things and doing a bad job, but when it's listed as something, right, even the stupid let's hold, and it's missing a screw up the top here. And now it just doesn't even come on. There we go. So the bottom screen is knackered anyway. Does it read a cartridge? Yeah, so it does read a cartridge. So their thing was a lie. It reads cartridges, but obviously that is knackered. So let's get the board out and let's get that fixed. Now, if I remember rightly, I did say in yesterday's video, or one previously, that I dropped a DSi PCB on the floor. I mean, we're going to use this one off the floor because I'm not sure if you can see that. That is, I don't know if I can find something with a straight edge. That's a bit bent. It's a bit warped up. So we'll get the heat gun out. And that's going to be divvied up once this has been stripped down. So out comes that. Out comes that. Now, out comes that. And the touch screen. I'm not going to bother with the top screen because that appears to be working. Oh no, I need the board out, don't I? Idiot. So I'm going to have to disconnect these cables up here. And from under here. But fortunately, I don't need to replace them. So first of all, let's get that out of the way. Let's get this one and take that connector off. So here comes the trusty cheap board holder. They're not very good board holder. But better than having no board. Oh no, it's not going to work that way. Let's go in this way. So I need to get to here. I want some flux on it. We'll just make sure that does. Yeah, that does open. And I'm going to blast fiery heat death at it. So let's get zoomed in. Now hopefully that is alright and I haven't muddled it. I think we're alright. Okay, let's move that out of the way for a sec. Take this crap board out of the way. If it's no good, fortunately there is another one over here. But on the back side of this, there isn't anything that can really fall off, break or drop. So that's handy. So now I need to do the same to this board. Get a load of flux on it. Off it comes, and then I want to get some more flux on there. try and get that other one in its place. And hope that that bridge buggers off. That's really annoying. I don't want the bridge there. Please go with just some heat so I don't have to get the soldering iron out, because I'm terrible with it and I'll probably break it. Not going to happen, is it? What we have there is that being an awkward little shit. So I need to clean my iron and hope for the best. Well, that's shit anyway, because it's not even in the right place, is it? You're an idiot. I've knackered that one up. That's what I've done. Right, I'm going to put this out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to get the one off of here. So, give me a second and I'll retrieve this. Let's drag this back over. Got another one. This one looks a bit better, although also has some issues. So, again, I'm going to put as much flux as I can get out of this epoxy pot. on there. Let's have a look at how that looks. Oh yeah, it's well on the wonk. Now let's see if this one cleans up. Where's the other awful flux? What the point? Has that even stuck? Well, it has kind of stuck. That's hot. There's that terrible flux. And can I do anything with the soldering on, or will it be yet another disaster and another need to get another one? That's one done. That's two done. Right, hopefully I can give this a bit of a clean up and then we can try and plug it in and see what happens. So, yeah, board's not bent. I'm going to get that cleaned up and I will be back in a second. Sweet, so we're nicely cleaned up now. I'll say nicely, there's a little bit of... no, just carry on with that. Just don't want to break that off. But I do want to get... This is... cleaned up as possible, and without a little brush I'm having to struggle with just cotton buds. let's get this back in that shell, see what it does before we get too carried away. So I'm suspecting that bottom screen is still knackered, but I'd like it to at least just come on a lot easier than it did before, where I had to try and hold that cable in. Right, that's those in. Oops. Can close that lid now. Pop these up. Just put those on there lightly, that doesn't matter too much. Again, the same applies with the touch screen. I'm not going to bother fitting that cable yet because I'm quite sure we need to get back in here and swap out that lower screen because I think it's going to be mullered. Just want to see if our work so far has had the desired effect. What I want to do is when I put this in, I'll be able to plug that battery in and hopefully this should turn straight on. Whether or not that lower screen is any good remains to still be seen, but yeah, so the lower screen has had it, but the backlight now works, so I'm going to need to find a DSI lower screen. Oh, I'll have to rummage through the spares box again, see what we have, but I'll take this out and go hunting. So yeah, considering this wasn't supposed to read cartridges, it appears it does read carts, but the lower screen's knackered. How's that look? That looks okay. So I think I'm just going to try and find the lower screen and then come back. When you find one that looks really beaten up, and hope it works. So again, let's slide it in here. I mean, if it works, great. We can take it back out, swap the top section over, digitise a bit, but I need the LCD to work. Or it could just be that motherboard's knackered. I didn't think of that. Probably should have tried a known working screen in it first. But now's the moment of truth. The screen works. So that's nice. And just to double check, cartridge in, reads a cartridge fine. So More disassembling. That whole touch panel is coming off. And going out of the way because it's meh. Let's quickly flip this up on there for a minute. I want to peel this one off because that lower screen's had it. Go, and now I can get this all back in where it needs to be. Couple of screws down. Well, just one will do. Hold that board in place whilst I deal with these. So that's those in. I'm going to use the screw we had for the rear in here to hold that board down. Right, that's in place. Oh, touchscreen, nearly forgot. Nearly forgot. There we go. Hopefully that's working. Now this annoyance. Yeah. Oh, take the cartridge first out, you pleb. I might put 2 screws in. And then we'll test it to make sure it's all good. Great. So I need to actually change that touchscreen. Oh, you absolute heathen. Right. Get out of my way, stupid thing. I've got to take it all apart to change the touchscreen that I just changed. Ugh. What's the white DS Lite doing? It's been on charge for 20 minutes, isn't it? Yada 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 yada. Confirm. Just put that game cart in there as well. So no dead spots, the hinges are good, the screens look good. Does it read a cartridge? Probably not. Come on, hit back on. Okay. What are the pins like? Because she's still got a... you probably can't see in there. If I get my phone, there's a bent pin. Just one. Yeah, there's a couple of bent out of shape pins. So I think we'll still have that apart and change the cartridge port over, but I'm going to go do my dinner first and then come back and change this digitizer. So I'm going to put that there. When you see this next, this will be back to being in bits again. Ugh. Right, screws are undone. Replacement touchscreen is at hand. Come along. This is most annoying because we were basically there, but basically there is not there. So yeah, I have to peel this plastic off. And peel this off of here. Get that in there. In straight, really. Hopefully that has stuck to there. Yep. So we're going to go back in again. And there we go again. So let's have a little clean up. And try and put it together again. without it interfering on my flipping buttons. Right. Come on, you massive annoyance. I've got my rice cooking next door. I need to get fed and watered. Right, where are those screws again? I think I'm going to screw this back up and then come back. Oh, I've just realised this is on the wonk. Bugger. Right, I'll see if I can sort that in post. Otherwise you're going to end up with it looking like this instead of this. I'll see in a sec. Cool, yeah, I could flip it around that way. Thanks, iPhone editing software. That's really handy. I needn't have waffled on about it at the end. Right, before I put the back on, let's get the battery out and have a look. Still turns on. Good. Oh, let's use a stylus. So Phil doesn't tell me off. Happy days. So I'm quite happy with that. That is what, the fourth one out of 6 in total, 5 that we've tried. So all there is left to do is whip the DS Lite apart. Once I've put this back together. Yeah, whip that DS Lite apart and get the cartridge port swapped over. We've done a few of them. I think we can do one more. So, and that's going to make 5 out of 6. And I will be happy about that. I mean, the one I really wanted to get working was the PSP Go, but there's just nothing that can be done with that. I can, I've discovered, run stuff off of a memory card. I do have a memory card, so and you can get an adapter to put micro SDs in them instead of what's it called? Can't even think now. Oh yeah, M2 cards, because the PSP Go uses yet another Sony proprietary memory card system. Because of course it does, because of Sony, because Sony. Yeah. So that one can go out of the way. And, oh hang on, yeah, that was it. This one does read the games, but the pins are bent. So, well, they're going to have to get swapped over anyway. Let me take this apart. Right, that's the screws out. It's all looking rather clean, really. It's just a shame it's got bent pins. And I'm quite sure that's what the people at CEX thought when someone complained about it, because like the bent pins, obviously some games will use some of the pins, some won't. So of course you don't know till you try and run something that requires some of those other pins. Well, without looking. So when it came in, they probably tested it, stuck a game in. I always stick Mario Kart in. That seemed to work fine. So perhaps that's what they had to hand, and it worked, and they accepted it, and then whatnot. Or someone broke it and took it back and said, well, this is broken. Either way, it's on my desk now. And I'm going to remove the cartridge slot and put a new one on it. So let's heat this up. Once the soldering iron heats up, let's crank it back up to full as well. There we go, lift that a bit. And this side. All I really want to do is lift that up enough so I can slide that black cable out a little bit easier. There you go. Right. Shove that out of the way. Let's get down to business. That side's clean and clear. Lift it up a bit whilst heating and come on. Yeah. Yep, that's that side off. Now, can I get that all the way off? Yep. There you go. So, I want to try and do my usual and metal fatigue this off carefully. They're not really breaking. They are slowly starting to fail. There we go. Right. Flux them all up. And then run the iron down it to get all those old pieces off. What normally works. Today it's been a bit of a nuisance. Let's try and go this way. Yeah, that's taken several of them off. Right. Yep, that's nicer. Let's chuck some half decent solder on there. There we go. Now this one out. It's a bit too much on the end there. Same up the top. Shuffle it along over to here. And that last one in the corner. And I should be ready to drop a cartridge port on there. But it's lunchtime first. See you in a minute. Right, let's get to it. Let's get this brand new cartridge reader installed and wrap this video up. Just get some flux on here. Quickly put some on the sides here to hold the thing in place. Probably should have done that to start with. Where's my little eye loop gone? Because they look connected, but they don't look. bad. Now, that does lift up there, which is good, because I want to keep that like that. For when I put it back in here, so I'd have to faff about with the black cable. So, let's get that in there. That one in there. Now let's pull this black one out of the way. Sit that in there. Lovely. That's what I like to see. And instead of having to faff around trying to slide that under there, I'm just going to do this. Because I've not connected it yet. There we go. And now I shall solder it up. Nice blob there. And just move that out the way a bit. Nice blob there. Superstar. We should be good to go. Just want to have a little look at these again. Get my trusty little magnifying glass out. Although, let's turn the temperature down a bit. Right, hopefully my hand wasn't in the way for too much of that. And, well, let's just put it back together. Let's not even test it. No, that's probably a terrible idea. Let's get these plugged back on, and then let's have a couple of screws in test it, because I do too many blind faith put back together jobs and then they don't work. So yeah, let's take 2 of the little screws here. Where's that Mario Kart gone? Oh, there it is. As usual. Need to press all the buttons, confirm, lots of faffing through things, blah 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 blah. Yep. Flick it back on. Now start Mario Kart or show me the well, that's shit, isn't it? There we go. Let's just turn it off. Take it out. I mean, is there another there is another DS game knocking about. The horsey one. Let's try that. What does it look like? It looks right. Great. There's no bent pins on that. And yeah, I think it probably just wants a little bit of a clean in there. Although how it's grubby, I don't know. It's a brand new port. They are all connected. I mean, I could probably put a bit more solder on them. Couldn't I? Just to make that a little bit. Shit. Got a little blob. Not anymore. Superstar. Right, I'm going to leave those like that. Put this back together. Oh, flip's sake. Yep, that's better. That's better. So, I need to try and make sure the volume's down. Volume's down. Power switch is down. Get that slid in there. Something's stopping that from fitting as tidily as it wants to. This little bit of plastic overhanging here. Where's the original? Oh, I've slung it out, but back in a sec. There we go. Craft knife. There's a little piece of plastic poking out off the edge here, so I'm just going to try to cut it off without breaking anything. Because there's one on both sides. I'm not really sure. Sod it. Got a soldering iron. Let's turn the temperature up and let's melt it. And the other side. Right, that was disgusting and smells horrible. But hopefully this goes on now. Oh, look at that. Lovely. So, yeah. Right. Just some screws to put in. Do the tri-wings first. And then we'll look at all of what we've managed to accomplish in this exceedingly long video. But I thought, well, rather than break it out into a couple or maybe three, let's just do it all in one. So here's one more tri-wing for the top. screwdriver. And there we have it. DS Lite has had a new cartridge port. The DSi has had a replacement lower screen and a digitizer. The PSP basically got rebuilt because lots of it was missing and scrappy and awful. The Vita, that had, what did it have? Oh yeah, the battery wedged in the back of it, soldered into place. Oh, perfect. Super Mario Kart. So yeah, one of those. One of those. One of those. What else have we got? Oh yes, there's the DSi and the original Game Boy. So out of, shut up Mario Kart, out of 6, we've got 5 fully working, and as I say, this thing here, the PSP Go, the main internal memory is corrupt. I cannot connect it to a laptop, or I can't connect it to Windows, I can't connect it to Mac, I can't delete anything from the system, so it's basically knackered, but still works, if that makes any sense, if you've got a memory card inserted. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry it's been so long, but we've had quite a lot to go through. I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks a lot. Take it easy. Bye.